Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I was requested to bring you guys a product review, and it's right here inside of this bag. So let's crack it open and see what I got. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've got a very nice bag here. It says Coman on it. Has a adjustable strap and zippers right here on the side. Inside of here, we've got this special fluid head tripod. With this tripod, it actually has a fluid head, which makes it a lot more convenient for panning, tilting, and trying to capture that smooth shot without actually having the jitters from, well, the crappy tripod. Kind of like this one. As you guys can see right here, just for an example, that's a $12 Walmart special. If you notice, there's really nothing fancy up there. Unlike this one, which has the fluid head. Now, aside from the fluid head, which I'll get more into later, there are a couple other features that make this stand out from the other ones, being the fact that it actually has levels built onto it so that way you can level your shot. Because, let's face it, unlike a DSLR or any type of camera that you're doing photography with, a video, you typically need to have it level. You're never really shooting on a different type of angle. So now I'm going to show you how easy it is to set this up. First off, all you're going to do is take the leg down. And if you notice right here, you've got different notches. So if I wanted to stand it straight up, I'm going to push this down, lock it into place here. If I needed to go further out, I could put it right there. Or I could take it that way. And as you can see, that would be a flush to the ground shot. Now, another cool feature about this tripod is actually the feet. It's got these rubber feet here that do swivel. You can see they're on a ball joint down here. And that's actually going to give for a lot of extra support and stability. There are light tripods. There are also heavy ones. This one, I would definitely put on a medium weight kind of scale here. It's definitely not light, but it's not going to bother you if you have to carry it around all day. But with that being said, having these rubber feet on it is not going to hurt if wind blows or the ground happens to shake for any reason. For example, if a train happens to be driving by. So you don't have to worry about losing your good shot by the camera bouncing around and sliding on the ground. Now, to further extend this, it's just like any other tripod. We're going to go ahead and pull these clips. Go ahead and extend the legs. Now ain't that something? As you guys can see, this tripod is actually as tall as I am, and I'm 6'4". So now, after you have it set up, you might want to adjust your handle. To do so, all you do is you turn this piece up here to loosen the bolt. Now you can actually move your handle into the position that you would like it to be in, and retighten it down. Next, you're going to want to put a camera on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bolt here, turn it to that position. You'll see that this piece will slide forward and back. Now, before you press this button, you might want to hold on to this. On the side here, there's an orange button that once you press, you can slide this up, straight out the back, and there's your bracket. Okay, so now that we have the plate off, we're going to take our camcorder. As you can see, you got a location here, and you've also got a location there, which right up here is where you're going to screw into. So you're going to want to put the nub into the first one, and then obviously the bolt into the second one. Now, obviously, if you have a piece of change or something on you, there is a slot so that way you can take like a penny or something just to tighten that down a little bit to give it a little bit more security. However, this is held by hand right now, and because of the fact that we have this piece locked into the other portion, it's really not going to move. Okay, so now we're going to take this, put it back onto the tripod on the fluid head portion. We're going to take it from behind. Now, as you can see, it's locked in and it's not going anywhere. So now we're going to push it up to position. Tighten this down. Very minimal effort to tighten that down. It's only a very, very tiny amount that you have to move it. Okay guys, so now let's take more of an up close look. As you can see right here, we've got a level. And then on this top portion up here, you can also see that there's another level. Here is specifically how these look. We've got this one here, we've got one here, and we've also got one back here. These I have not had to use yet. I'm not 100% sure. I believe that this is just the other side for this one, so you can put it on the left side instead of having it on the right. But I'm not entirely sure what this piece is for. Alright guys, so now we're going to actually take an in-depth look at what each of these switches do here for these bolts. Now, this one down here at the very bottom, if you loosen this one, this actually adjusts the ball joint here, which as you can see, very loose, it will knock around. This is more of a free, I would say, two-handed, you know what you're doing with it kind of thing, because this is very, 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 very loose. We're going to tighten that one back up. Okay, so the next one is going to be this one here. Now, if you tighten this, as you can see, nothing's moving, but when you loosen this, that's when you have the ability to pan. Now, obviously, the looser that you make it, the easier and more free it moves around, but it's a very steady, smooth, no issue maneuver. As you can see, I'm just barely doing anything with this, and even though I'm moving it fast, still staying steady and level. So now that that's relocked and this is locked, you can see we have no more movement. So this is a 100% locked into position stance right here. We're going to take this and we're going to loosen this. Now you can see we can tilt up and down. Loosen a little bit more and you have a lot more give with it. Tighten it up and you start to lose your give. It gets a little bit more tight. Alright guys, so another cool feature about this tripod, which to be honest, before I get into this, I've never attempted it yet with this and I don't fully know how to do it. This can actually be converted into a monopod. Right here, it actually unscrews, which it's pretty simple. This is the only leg with a hand grip on it. And as you can see, we've got a pretty large bolt on top of there. So now, somewhere in this assembly here, I'm assuming right here where the neck meets the fluid head. So I've never actually attempted doing that, and I don't know specifically where the piece is to make this do that function. Sidestep, we're actually on our second day of filming here because I actually figured out how to maneuver these things. So right now I'm going to show you guys how you make this monopod. It's very simple. Alright guys, so right underneath, you can see we've got this pin here. Now that's actually so that way this piece does not pop up through when you adjust it to raise the height. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to unscrew this portion off. You'll see we have the piece right here. Then our next step is going to be to loosen this. Caught that just before it hit the floor. So now you guys can actually see that there's that screw piece which the other end will screw into. So we're going to take the leg we just unscrewed. Just like that, we've got it in. Okay guys, and as you can see, this right here is actually one of the lower positions where the legs are fully extended to their highest locking position. I do still believe that there's a way to detach this and actually connect the fluid head directly onto this base. And as you can see right there, we actually have the ability to have the camera super low to the ground. Now, having this way, there's really no issue because when the camera hangs upside down, all you have to do is on your editing software, just flip the screen so that way it's correct. But as you can see, you have the ability to do some slight maneuvering. Now naturally, I also feel that the legs will get in the way of doing this. However, I'm sure for certain circumstances where this may come in handy, maybe even if you need to angle it and have it, you know, just at an angle straight down at the ground like that, super close, maybe it'll actually work out for you guys. So guys, hopefully this video was helpful for you. I know I definitely enjoy having this. I haven't been able to actually take it out on a ghost hunting adventure yet, which I plan on doing, but I have used it already in a few videos that are upcoming that have not been released yet. So stay tuned to actually see what some of this actually looks like being filmed with, and hopefully you guys go and buy one. Right now you can pick one of these up on Amazon for roughly around $129. I personally feel it's well worth it for my needs. It's not something that I need to go crazy with. Maybe you guys need to see a more in-depth on this, which, like I said, I've only had it for a little bit, and I can tell you that the quality of it is definitely amazing. I really don't see why you need anything higher priced, unless you're a professional, filmmaker. Then you're going to have access to loads of equipment that none of us even have access to anyway. But if you're doing YouTube videos and you just want something to be a good, steady quality shot, then I definitely recommend the Coman with the Video Ball Head Q5. We'll see you guys in the next video.
The apocalypse.